welcome back to the Fermented World channel. I'm looking in on the Kveik IPA, which is a mangrove Jack's beer kit with a liquid malt extract, and you just add water, sugars, and bada bom bada bing. I've messed with it. I've added extra hops, about 40 grams of each, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 40 grams of Amarillo, 40 grams of Citra. The Citra was boiled for 30 minutes, and then 15 minutes later the Amarillo was boiled for 15 minutes. It has got 420 grams of brew enhancer in and only 700 grams of dextrose, because I took away some of the sugar to allow the brew enhancer to be there. It started off at 1.049 original gravity, and today we have some lovely hops to throw in for the dry hop. More Amarillo and more Citra. There's about 60 grams of the, so there's 59 of the Citra, 49 of the Amarillo, because a mate had already used 10 grams of the Amarillo, but then we've got another 25 grams of each here in the packet that comes with the beer kit. Brain fart then. So we're going to open this up, we're going to have a look at what we've got, we're going to check the gravity. Depending on what the gravity is, depends on whether we put the hops in, because if the gravity is above 20, they say not to do it. Now I'm going to be having a taste of this as well, because this had some really gnarly smells coming off it. Like, I actually thought it had gone bad because they were that bad. It really did stink. So we're going to have a little taste as well. Now that lid's off, it smells gorge. It really does smell nice. So first things first, we need to take the hydrometer test, which will tell us how much sugar is left to ferment and if we're okay to put in the hops. The reason why you have to wait for a certain point to put your hops in is there's a possibility of fermenting the flavour of the hops. I did do a mead recently, a Ukrainian mead, and it did have hops in it during the ferment, and it came out, it was like a bat out of hell, I tell you. It was extremely pungent, juiciness, but there was also like a bitterness as if they'd been heated but they hadn't, which was bizarre. So let's have a look at what the gravity is saying. Yeah, the gravity is way below where it needs to be, which is good. It's still got a little bit to ferment. It's currently at 1.016. So we're going to make a quick note of that. 1.016, and we'll write down 28th. Just quickly jot that down so that we don't forget. Now let's have a quick taste before we do put in the hops that are going to give it its juiciness. Now I'm not drinking much because it is still extremely cloudy. Smells all right. It's got a very dank bitterness coming through after. I suppose it's okay. It's possibly not the best one I've done, but given a couple of months to mature, well, say about 3 weeks to mature, months to mature, should be all right. Right. Well, this was sterilised, so that's going back in. Like so. And then we're going to add the hops. What we're doing though is I'm not putting the hops straight in. Sometimes I've used bags. I've got this mesh thing that you can put them in. Now this was meant to be stainless steel, but I don't know if you can see that, but that's got bloody stains on it. But it doesn't smell like rust or anything, so it's just a bit of discoloration. And in there, it's not going to make much difference, is it? So we're going to put the Amarillo in first. And I should have done that over the top there, so that all the dust doesn't fall out. Then in goes the Citra. And then pop that on there a second. And then I'm going to put in the hops that comes with the kit, which is a mixture, 25 grams of Amarillo and 25 grams of Citra. The Citra hops was from a Scottish company called Cross My Loof Brewery, or Cross My Loof Brew. You should check them out. They've got massive, extensive, tons of different hops. And the other one was from a local one just over in Long Eaton called Cheers Homebrew. I think it's Long Eaton. Yeah, I'm sure it's Long Eaton. Pretty sure. Oh, actually, they smell fresher than mine that have been sat in the fridge with the packets open. That stands to reason though, doesn't it, really? Oh, there's still one pellet in there. We want it. We want it all. Is it gone? There you go. And then we screw the lid back on this. Now at first this will sink, but eventually it will float. So I'm going to mix them up so they're nice and evenly mixed for distribution purposes. And then I'm just going to lay it on there and let it sink. That is all there is to it. Now we put the lid back on, leave that for about 3 or 4 days, and come check it again. Check the flavour. Nothing to it. Make sure that's nice and sealed. Yep, so now we've added the extra hops. I'll make the notes on the hops that we've added. And yeah, we shall wait. So this was started on the 20th. So it went 8 days before I checked it. I was supposed to check it yesterday, but I never got around to it. So yeah, it went 8 days. It's still well within its parameters. This is supposed to finish at, I think it was 1.109. So it's still got a fair bit to ferment. But yeah, Kveik IPA. Quick calculation on the Brewing Friends app says this is at about 4.1 at the moment, and my guesstimate for it was about 5. So it has still got a little way to go, but it will still keep on fermenting. We've got pressure on it straight away. It was still bubbling when I opened it, so it's all good. And yeah, we'll come back 3 to 4 days. I'll probably leave it 4 because I do like the extra flavour and the juiciness. And then it will be to check the hydrometer test again, check that the gravity is where I want it, and then you check it again a couple of days later, see whether you've got the same reading. If you've got the same reading, chances are it's finished fermenting, it's ready to bottle. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. We'll be back when we bottle this.